he's the voice of the streets, voice of the community, voice of business, voice of black culture, man. Make sure y'all listen to your boy.
All right, my entrepreneurs, this is another episode into a look into an entrepreneur, and we're here with Kayla with City Juicery. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. Happy Monday.
All right. So first question, like I used to like to start off with, is what made you want to be an entrepreneur?
I didn't. It happened that way. Originally, I was working in the educational field for 10 years, but the public school district as well as higher education. Education was my passion. I've known since high school that I was going to be in education and make a change. I was originally focused on educational law and policies, but I ended up in a classroom with the local public school district. With some experience in pre-K, exceptional education, middle school, and as well as higher education. I'm sorry. Apologize.
No problem. So within the education field, how did it lead to doing juice?
So actually my personal journey led me to juicing.
Okay.
So about 2 years ago, I went to the doctor and I was already taking a few different medications for a few different personal health issues, particular mental issues, as well as like weight loss and all this other stuff, of course, that we all kind of experience in our life at some point. So I went to the doctor, and this has been my long-term doctor since I was young adult. And I said, hey, I feel like that these medications is not making me better. I feel like I'm in a tunnel of just slowness. I was feeling like I was losing grip of my own life. And I asked her, what next? And the doctor told me, all right, Kayla, I hear you out. Let's try this new medication for 90 days and see what happens. And I remember leaving that doctor's appointment, sitting in my car crying, and I told my spouse at the time, I never want to come back to the doctor. Because I feel like what I'm trying to advocate for myself is not being heard. And she keeps, every time I leave, I have a new prescription. And of course, when you are taking medications, which is, some people need it, right, depending on your health wise, but there are a whole plethora of healthier alternatives, or what's the right word, herbal alternatives, natural alternatives to cure lifestyle habit diseases that I'm starting to learn. And my spouse had always been advocating, like, let's go vegan, let's go raw, but being the person that I was at the time, had no interest in that. I was a single parent working for the public school district, so if you know anything about that, your hours are long and exhausting. I was also a dance coach at the time. I was also a full-time student to finish my degree, so we lived in the drive-thru. Like, it was very much on brand to go to McDonald's, Burger King, Sonic, wherever, Chick-fil-A at the end of the night, because who's finna go home and cook,
so
right?
She was getting with that cherry limeade.
Exactly. So after like having that conversation when I left the doctor's, I was very more open to other options that maybe would have worked for me. I tried the vegan thing, did not work for me, okay? It was very, I jumped right into it and I got right back out of it because it was a hard thing to kind of transition into. So I had to learn to take it one step at a time. Social media pretty much influenced me about juicing, and I told myself if I could get a ginger shot in me and one green juice in me a day, I would feel better just in my own progress. So it started there. It started with me just wanting to juice for myself. Originally I was buying juices from the stores that you can get out of the stores, or going to like local juice bars. And one day, on my way to go get a fresh green juice, I got so frustrated that I had to leave my own community to drive across town, get in traffic, just to go get a green juice. At that point, I started to look at the environment at these juice bars and realized I was the only one. And I was probably the person that looked the most unhealthy. And they never made me not feel welcome, but I never really felt welcome either. So I was like, hey, this is a problem. We need to really do something about this. And that's when I started to take more control of juicing for myself at home and really learning the whole juicing industry. I started to share with just close family and friends. Started juicing for them, because when you juice, you do have to make like a big batch. I don't know how to make a small batch. I come from a big family, so anytime we cook, it's a feast. So I just started sharing juices with them, and they were getting on board and really coming back to me with information about how they couldn't live without the ginger shots, and they was giving it out to more people. And then I realized, like, wait a minute, is this a business? Is this a job? Like, and that's how I kind of got into it to be a business.
Okay, that's very interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
And I feel you on the juice thing, because that's why I kind of want to do smoothies. I love smoothies, but most of the environments I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
You can't find. I'm talking about. I got so frustrated last summer when I woke up. I'm like, man, I want a smoothie. I googled nearest smoothie near me. It was 30 minutes from my mama's house. I had to drive literally downtown Chicago to get, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. It's like, it's nothing. So it's like, how can we change that for us? Because we don't know a lot about, like you say, the healthy alternative, because we spend so much time going to McDonald's, Wendy's, Subway, because it's so quick to spend an easy $20.
Absolutely.
Feed everybody, you know, and then going to the grocery store, cooking a meal, preparing the greens, things. That's like last night. I got some friends in town. She made chicken nuggets and fried for her kids. I fried some pork chops, made some rice, made some string beans with potatoes in it, and I made some something else. And my son didn't want it. He's like, he wanted what they wanted, and she was trying to explain to him, like, hey, my kids eat junk. Y'all daddy just made y'all a nutritious meal. Like, so enjoy that. So I totally get you on that. And like with juicing, I never really heard about it really big, like big until I saw, because you know I love rap, until like Styles P. I know Angela Yee, they got juice bars. It's like, it's becoming a thing of the culture now, because it wasn't of the culture, and that's what you know. So
research says that the juicing industry will be about a $2.5 billion industry within the next 5 to 10 years. So just even doing that research to really learn about the juicing industry, there is a need, because like you said, a lot of communities don't even understand the benefit of just drinking one green juice, because we're always on the go, we're always on the grind, we're always in that hustle mode, and it's just quick and easy to go through McDonald's, or quick and easy to buy very quick meals such as chicken nuggets and fries, hamburgers and fries, hamburger helper. I loved hamburger helper, okay? That was a cooked meal for me and my daughter when I was making it. Sloppy Joe, tacos, like noodles. Quick. Listen, some shrimp noodles is still in my cabinet. Don't play with it. But so I come from there and I get it, but I also is starting to learn and educate myself, and that is my biggest goal. I'm not here to convince anybody to go vegan, anybody to go raw, anybody to stop what they're doing. Let me make it easier for you by grabbing the juice out your refrigerator, grab and go, and knowing that what is in our juice bottles is what we claim to be. We don't add any extra preservatives, loaded sugars. A lot of times when, again, a learning process for myself, because I definitely started with the store-bought juices at the grocery stores, which they're great brands out there, right? But when you read that back of the label, one thing that I've noticed, if you cannot pronounce it and you do not know what it is, do not put it in your body, okay? So when we say that this is our sweet root brand, we put carrots, golden beets, turmeric, and a dash of lemon. That's it.
So to the viewers right now, could you explain some of the products that you got, some of your products on the table for us?
Yes.
And what's the benefits of them?
Awesome. Yes, I would love to do that. So this is actually one of our newer flavors, which is sweet roots. So again, this is going to be our carrot, golden beets, turmeric, and as well as a little dash of lemon in it. This is just going to, like carrots, of course, people always, my granny used to tell me, eat your carrots so your eyes can be pretty. But honestly, carrots do really help your eyes. If you ever, because we're in a culture where we're always on our screens, right? On our phones, on our iPads, on our computers, TV, you need those carrots. Because I was even struggling with my eyesight being blurry enough for me to notice, but not enough where I went to my eye appointment and they're like, oh, your vision is fine.
Right.
But it wasn't. So you want to get those in. Beets are going to just really, again, going to do a cleanse on that liver, really target that liver. Turmeric is good for immunity, building up your immunity. So when COVID was around, if you work in like healthcare industries, even the education industry, when kids are coming in, well, all kinds of things, right? And kids want to touch and be all in your face. So yeah, that's going to really build that immunity. A lemon is just really good to keep that pH level at where it needs to be. Again, we do test our products, and we really put our products that's at that pH level, which is you do want to aim for a 4.2 or lower to have a good pH level. So that's that. This is a new one. We always introduce like small batches of recipes at different markets just to try to test it out to see if it's a hit or if it's a miss, because you never know until you just put it out there.
And what's the name of that one?
Sweet Roots. And it will be coming on the menu permanently because we got a lot of great feedback about it. So yeah, Sweet Roots. And we do have it in 2 different sizes. This one was a fun creation that we created called our Powerhouse Shot. Now, for me, this does taste like an orange Starburst. So I'm from the neighborhood. I grew up going to the corner stores, eating candies, hot Cheetos, pickles, Kool-Aid, all that stuff. So I really try to play off my own culture as well. Starburst and Now Laters, come on now. You're going to come out the store with those. Or the little 25-cent little candies. I can't think of the name. But yeah, so I really try to play off of my own flavor profiles. So this is a Powerhouse Shot, which is our original turmeric and ginger shot combined together. But it does have a little bit more profile of sweetness with some oranges that creates that orange Starburst feeling. But of course, ginger is going to be that spicy.
Now I know you told us what turmeric do, so what's the benefits of ginger?
So ginger is a lifesaver. I will not live without ginger. Ginger is just so fluent in everybody's bodies. It can target different things. For our overall concept, ginger will target inflammation in the body, just in general, right? So when I started this, again, going back to my health issues, I was working out and I had a crack in my knee when I went down for a squat. Now I was working with a personal trainer, so I wasn't just winging it. But this knee took a long time to heal. Of course, my doctor had me on different medications. I was doing the Rice method, if you're familiar with that. People in sports do it where they ice it, elevate it, rest it, and all that stuff. But that really wasn't helping. It was helping the pain, but I still very much had the knee issue. My doctor proclaimed that the knee issue wasn't so severe why I needed the surgery, but the way that I was walking, the pain in the middle of the night was very much telling me something was wrong. When I started getting that ginger in me, believe it or not, I stopped taking the pain medication for my knee, and I was able to, this is gonna sound crazy, but I was able to actually walk up the steps like a normal person. So for me, that ginger shot definitely targeted the inflammation, which was the water fluids around my knee that was causing the pain. It really released those fluids and really helped my knee heal in the natural state.
So why in the black community, people be like, when you're not feeling good, your mama say, go get a ginger ale?
Cause ginger is very healing. However, the ginger ales that we get out of the stores and that our parents definitely pushed on us, they help. Don't get me wrong. If you got a little hangover, got a little stomach problem, it will get it going. But you really do want to do raw ginger. So I don't live without ginger. Either I'm taking a ginger shot in the morning, I'm drinking ginger tea at night. Ginger is powerful, and I would never not live without it. Of course, it does aid with like weight loss, inflammation, antibacterial in your skin. Some people that have like acne problems, once they start drinking ginger, it flushes the skin out and just rejuvenates it. So
that's
it's a lot of different
interesting
things.
to know.
A lot of different things with ginger. And then this was our Cinco de Mayo recipe, which is also another thing. I went dry for this year. So I used to drink, turn up, have a good time. Nothing's wrong with that. But I decided that I wanted to try to live without alcohol. However, I'm still young, like to have fun. So one thing that I wanted to do with my brand was to create those mocktail versions of things where it's still healthy, still beneficial for you, and you don't have to feel like you're left out socially when you're around your group of friends that's maybe indulging in whatever it is that they choose. So for Cinco de Mayo, we all love a Cinco de Mayo party. We love to go out, get pictures of margaritas and shots of tequila. So I created the ginger spicy margarita shot, which is basically our ginger recipe, our ginger shot recipe, but it does have a flavor profile of a traditional margarita, but it is going to be spicy because we did add a little extra spice to it. Also, this recipe was created with a friend in thought. Me and her co-taught in pre-K together for 4 to 3 years together. That is my girl. And we used to go out every Friday for happy hour at the end of the week. She will always order a spicy margarita, and I promise you, I could never understand who wants a spicy margarita, and she lived by them. So I just kind of created that. Ginger is already spicy within itself. I wanted that margarita, so that was just a creation with her in mindset. And she did just have a baby, so obviously she's dry right now because she's breastfeeding. So just created that so mothers and other people that want to be dry have that option where they can still be socially engaged and not feel left out, because a lot of times when you do stop those things, it does disconnect you socially because everybody else around you are still indulging in that, which is fine, but you don't want to feel left out, and it just kind of puts you in a place in the middle. So it was created for that purpose. And then last but not least, our green detox. This is my personal bottle, so it does not have a label on it because I reuse my bottles for myself. But this is our green detox, one of the first recipes that was created because, again, my first goal was to get a green juice in me, but also a little bit intentional in it, because most detox, when people think of a detox, they're like, oh, I gotta be right next to a bathroom, right? Like, oh, and you have that experience, because I've done detoxes where once you drink it, you're rolling, right? And your stomach cramps so bad, and you kind of get sick for like 1 or 2 days because it's flushing you out. So I wanted to create a green detox that will be easier on your body, and you can do it on the go. So ours is going to be still going to detox you, but it's not going to hit you immediately, and it's not going to give you those traditional stomach cramps and body weakness. It's just really going to flush you, but keep you where you can be energized and keep moving.
And that's what I met y'all that day. That's what I asked. I'm not sure the gentleman, I don't remember his name, but I had asked him, like, man, can I drink this the whole day? Am I going to be going to the bathroom? He's like, no, you can drink it the whole day if you want to.
Yeah.
You can put it up, drink it a few days. You know, like you say, I had did a detox one day, and I was like, I need to go back home, y'all. Like, I should have came out today. So,
I totally get that. And that, I wanted to avoid that. Now we do.
That's that the Erykah Badu juice though, because you know she used to stay drinking the green. She used to promote that for so long, like drinking. People used to be like, oh no, you know that, like, you know, she was been promoting that for like 10, 15 years now. And you look how she looks, so it's like, hey, maybe she was trying to put us on to something back then.
So I don't know her exact recipe. But again, ours is going to be a lighter. The one that we sell to public is just a 4-ingredient recipe. Like I said, super easy. If you drink it today, when you wake up to get your day going, you're gonna go and you're gonna feel great and you're gonna feel good about it. So that was created for that. I was gonna say something else, but I totally lost my mindset. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. So besides the products you got on the table, you have other products too, right?
Yes, we have a slew of products. So we have our top selling juice, which is, I don't have anything here today because we're sold out, but the cotton candy beads. I love the cotton candy beads. I love engaging and promoting that, because instantly when you think of beads, what you say? I don't want that. I'm not drinking no beads. I was that way too. So when I first started juicing beads, which was my next big thing I wanted to work on, because beets are going to be really good with helping cleaning that liver. Now, I lived a party lifestyle, so I knew once I got that green juice in me, the next step was the beet, so I can flush that, you know, just reset myself and go in a different direction. When I first started drinking beets, it tastes like dirt. I'm just gonna be honest with you, like beets taste like just nasty and earthly and rooty, and I did not like it. So I spent a lot of time manipulating different fruits and different recipes on how can I get the maximum benefit of a beet but enjoy drinking it, right? Because we want all of our products to be enjoyable. We want to kind of mentally trick you to think like, oh, I'm drinking something that really tastes good, but it's really good for me, right? So you've had our juices before, and even though they're all intentional for various reasons, they all taste good. So that candy kind of beet recipe was a lot of work, a lot of different trial and error, but we finally got the right combination of red beets, golden beets, pineapples, red apples, and some ginger and lemon. Finally balanced out all of those flavors and created what actually, when you open a candy kind of beet, it smells like cotton candy.
That's crazy.
So you know how you go to the circus and the first thing that hits your nose is fresh cotton candy and popcorn. So I wanted that same experience when you open up the cotton candy beets. Wow, this really smells like cotton candy. Now to me, it don't directly taste like cotton candy, but it is gonna be sweeter. It's gonna be way more enjoyable than just straight up that earthly flavor of a beet. But it's still gonna be a great benefit because in each bottle is one whole red beet, and then addition some golden beets to layer that out.
So what do you do in the day-to-day operations to keep the business flowing?
Yes, so day to day, so thankfully enough, I have a team behind me. We all kind of focus on different areas of the business. So every Sunday we do have a staff meeting with all the heads of the team to try to figure out like what does our week look like, who needs to be in position for what. One thing that I really believe in is training. So even though one person might be the head of the kitchen, that person is still very much trained in sales, trained in inventory and all of that stuff, because you never know, like if somebody gets sick and has to miss 2 weeks, what are we gonna do? We don't want to be in a place where we don't know what to do. So I intentionally try to train everybody across the board on some like general level thing, but in their direct position, high level things, right? So we have our staff meeting on Sundays for about an hour. We have fun. It is a family owned business, so right now all of the staff is all blood related family. And then on Mondays is our prep day, so we come in. The pineapples is our biggest job on Mondays. We probably break down about 90 to 150 pineapples a week, and we try to get that done on Mondays. In addition to that, we try to get our fruits clean, get them soaked. We take that very serious. We are not cutting any corners with that. So that's what Mondays look like, and it's all pretty much like hands on deck. No matter what role you're in, you come in to prep just to kind of make the process easier. From there, we do break off into our own roles. Me personally, I handle more so the business side and meetings and networking and getting the brand out there. So you will find me across the community, networking and talking to a lot of different people about the brand, building partnerships and collaborations. That's my day-to-day. So I'm answering emails, I'm in meetings, taking phone calls, putting together presentations, networking, and just doing all of that background work. In the kitchen per se, they're prepping the juices, juicing, getting them bottled, getting them labeled, counting inventory, making sure that whatever event's coming up, we have product ready and available to grab off the shelf and get to our location. But you also have my mother, who is we're trying to figure out a title for her. She really wants to be more like compliance, the law side of the business, making sure that we're in compliance with the health department. Yeah, something like that, which is very much on brand for her because she's been in the nursing industry for 31 years, if not longer. But she actually handles all of our consultations. So when people want a detox package, we don't just be like, okay, here's your three-day detox package. You have to do a consultation because we want to know what are your goals, right? It might be weight loss, it might be lifestyle habit change. It's gonna vary. So depending on what your goals is how we create the detox package directly for each individual. So she kind of handles that, creating the detox packages and really figuring that piece out because she has that nursing background. She understands health benefits way better than what I do. So yeah, that's what we do. My brothers, you'll see them at the market, at the table, selling, leading the sales team position. I try to take a step back, just let them do it because I never want this business to get to a place where they recognize me as the City Juicery. It's not just me. It might be my daughter. It might be a friend. It might be a family member. We just want the brand to represent the brand.
Yeah. Okay. So where can the people find the City Juicery at?
Yes, so we participate in a lot of markets across the city. We also do pop-up events. We are proactively planning placements of our luxury vending machines that's coming soon. But as of now, you can kind of follow us on social media, the City Juicery, on Instagram as well as Facebook. We try to be active on there, posting where we're going to be at. You can always slide in our DMs. We actually do DM back really quick a lot of times. We also have a phone number that's available on our social media where you can text. Please do not call, okay? A lot of times we cannot answer the phone, but if you text, we can text you right back and get your orders in. So.
All right. So I appreciate you giving us all the information about the City Juicery. Is there anything else you want to let the people know? Anything?
No, we just want to support the communities and advocate for you guys and also educate. So if you have any questions, we love feedback. If it's anything on our menu that you want to see, let us know so we can start creating recipes to satisfy all of your juicy needs.
Okay, well I appreciate you, Kayla, and this is another episode of A Look Into an Entrepreneur.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, my entrepreneurs, I'm here with Laura Wilson, and how are you doing today?
Doing great.
Okay, so what's the name of the business right here?
We are in Citizen Incubator Kitchens.
Okay. So what made you start an organization like this?
So I was a chef for, ever, a little over 20 years, and worked with local farmers markets and local farmers and saw that there was a need for help producing value-added products, like people who took farm goods and made them into local food goods to sell retail and in farmers markets. And so from that, this has grown to a business that serves food trucks. Like every food truck that you see has a commissary home base where they store things and wash dishes, to people who make juice, people who make cookies, pies, salad dressings, hot sauces, all these kinds of micro businesses that need that shared use of resources and equipment and licensure. So we take care of all the hard things so people can focus on the other hard thing, which is cooking.
Okay. So if anybody interested in a place like this, where can they find you?
You can look at our website at citizenkitchens.com or just email me at Laura, Laura, at citizenkitchens.com.
All right, Laura, I appreciate your
Thanks so much.
time.
Nice to meet y'all.
Have a great day. So all in all, we back. So what's the end goal for City Juicery?
So the end goal is to build a fluent partnership with Nashville, Tennessee. So what that looks like for us is doing collaborations, doing partnership, being visible in community. So our goal is to work with like coffee shops, sandwich, lunch spots, food trucks, organizations, communities where we can wholesale the juices and they're like right there in communities on top of the vending machines that we're looking to do. Eventually we hope to have a warehouse where we can do all of this in our own set space, but we're not there yet, but we are growing and scaling to work on that. I do not interested in a brick and mortar, so we will not have a City Juicery brick and mortar, but the City Juicery will be available fluently across all communities where you can just take a little stroll, and get your juice.
All right, appreciate it.
He's the voice of the streets, voice of the community, voice of business, voice of black culture, man. Make sure y'all listen to your boy.